You are now listening to Talk Your Jits podcast.
Welcome back to the Talk Your Jits podcast. This podcast is, as name implies, all about jiu-jitsu. I'm your host, Lamar Smith, and today's guest is a blue belt who trains at Stars and Strikes. We're located in Westland, Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Martin. What happened? There we go. I promise you I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you're good, brother. You're good.
What's going on, my brother?
Oh, another beautiful day. Woke up. I can't really ask for much more than that, man. Like,
yeah, I know, right?
This
finally got you on the show.
I know. Well, hopefully, it's maybe first of a couple times. Maybe next time you see me, I won't still be a blue belt, but
yeah, we definitely gonna talk about that.
I'm sure we are, sir. I'm sure.
Let's get the ball rolling, man. If you want to formally introduce yourself again, by all means, and let's hear about your jiu-jitsu journey.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. So, like you said, my name is Jonathan Martin. I am a 4-stripe blue belt who trains at Stars and Strikes MMA in Westland, Michigan currently. But I've kind of, I would say, a little bit hopped around for sure. Like, so as you know, but they don't, we started at the same school. I actually started 2016. You started 2017?
17. Yep.
Yeah. So if y'all can do the math on that, I started a year before him, and somebody stuck to it. Let's just say that. I had a lot of breaks.
Yeah.
Like a lot of breaks. Or if not a lot, they were just long ones, for sure. But no, man, like it's been crazy. I've been to, at this point, 4 different gyms, trained jiu-jitsu at 3 of them. But
there's been 4 gyms?
4? It's been 4. So I started at H2O, and then after H2O, I started cross training at Allegiance and
yeah.
And then after Allegiance, I was at SFS, who
that's right.
Primarily no gi, but I didn't really do gi training there. I didn't do jiu-jitsu there. I'm not throwing dirt out there. I'm gonna just say that. And now I train at Stars and Strikes. And like, what I will say is H2O and Stars and Strikes have been the only places, as far as jiu-jitsu is, like jiu-jitsu related, that have felt like home. When I was at Allegiance, I loved it. But I just felt like it was catered more to the little guys, which is cool. Like, y'all do your thing, but like, I have always and will forever be a big man. So I like big man jiu-jitsu. So like, it's just how my journey started, how I continue to progress. I stick to my roots. Like, I started with Muay smash style jiu-jitsu, and everywhere I've gone, I've taken it with me. I implement what I can from the things that I learn in new places, but like, that is my primary, like, that is my base. Those are my roots. I stick to them. They have not disappointed or let me down yet. And yeah. So yeah, I've been a blue belt since 2017. I got my 4th stripe on my blue belt in 2019. And then, yeah, a lot of time off. A lot of time off. But yeah, like, yeah. Yeah. But every now and then brush back up on the grappling game, and most people would say I'm sandbagging, but I would say that's less due to my jiu-jitsu knowledge and more the fact that I started out wrestling. So I did 4 years of high school wrestling. I know that I've heard at least some of your other guests talk about it. Like there was a lady that said that like wrestlers should come in with a different color belt. Like they shouldn't be white. It should be something else because it's not the same thing. Because it's not. It's really not.
It's
like,
not. It's not.
Oh, but like I will say like one bad habit with that I have still not gotten over is giving up my back. I am so ingrained, and I know you've probably seen it with other wrestlers that come in and like train and stuff. Like they'll be explosive, they can take you down, but as soon as like you get them, like they go like you get into their guard or you get into like side, they will roll over and just give you their back because it's just instinct. Like you don't want to you don't want to be on your back, and that is something that I've had to constantly like train out of me, and like as we talked about, like I've had gaps, so that training we still working on it.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like so 4 years of high school wrestling, I did a little bit of kickboxing as well. And then as soon as I turned 18, I did my first MMA fight. When I was doing that, I hadn't even started jiu-jitsu yet. I was at an MMA gym. We did some grappling, we did some striking, but there was no structure to it. You had some guys coming in that either were fighters and had some experience, or like some random guy that said he knew jiu-jitsu, and I didn't know anything at the time. So I was like, yeah, fuck it. That's that. I believe you, but but yeah, no. And then I kind of I was doing that while I was down in Ohio and at college, and then came back home after my freshman year. Just started working. College was not. I wasn't ready for college. I shouldn't say that it wasn't for me. I wasn't ready for it. Like I was. Yeah, nah. So
yeah, we all been there.
Yeah, no. So it was interesting for sure. But yeah, so I just started working, and after probably like 8 months of just working, like I was like, I want to get back to fighting, but like I want to like seriously train. Like I don't know how and where to go about this, because like, so I'm related to Anthony Coleman. I don't know if he's been on your show yet, but I know you've talked about him.
Yeah, he's been on. He was one of the first during the first season.
Okay, yeah.
Trying to remember what episode was he on.
Yeah. But that's my blood.
Yeah, I remember what episode he was on.
Yeah, but that's my blood relative. So like the kickboxing and the wrestling and like just getting into martial arts in general, kind of like he opened that door for me. But at the time, he had just become a father, and he was kind of out of the gym scene, so like I couldn't really go to him for that. So funny enough, I actually originally ended up reaching out to the team of my first MMA opponent to see like where their gym was located, if it was close enough, if I could start training with them. They were mostly a stand-up place, but I went there for a couple just like a couple open mats, and it was cool. It was cool, but the vibe just wasn't it. So I just kept looking around, kept talking to people, and one day, Adam, you know Adam, we know Adam.
Yeah.
Adam's kind of in the same boat I am, just at a higher level, you know. Just, you know, he went a little further before he stopped.
Yeah. We rag on him a lot about that, and I got a funny story to tell about that too. He gonna hate me for it, but I gotta tell it. Tell it. But go ahead, continue.
So I met Adam because him and Coleman went to school together, and I met him when I was coming up and we were going to the same gym originally, Pseudo Tai, back when I was a teenager. But he had hit me up and he's like, "Yo, we got this new school, H2O Martial Arts. Like, come check it out. Like, we got jujitsu and Master Paul was doing striking at the time, and like I knew Master Paul because my first kickboxing fight was against one of his guys, and I'm like, back in the day when it was the Wild Wild West of MMA and kickboxing, like they were it. They were knocking fools out left and right. They were the team that like was just kind of coming to these shows and just kind of taking over. So I was like, okay, so like I know that's legit, and I know Adam's not going to steer, or at least try not to steer me in the wrong direction. So I was like, let me go check this place out, and that was back in summer of 20. No, not even summer. It was spring. It was spring of 2016. I went and checked it out, and like I don't know if it was just like, you know, feeling at home because I could see my people. Because like everywhere else I had been, it was, I don't know. It just, I don't want to do the race thing, but like I'm half white, half black. I'm stuck on the fence for my life. But like I vibe with my brothers. So like it was nice.
The atmosphere was legit.
The atmosphere was legit. The style was legit. Like I was like, I'm a big dude. There's a bunch of other big dudes in here. We, I could get with this. Mm-hmm. We're not doing flying arm bars and barambolos, and no, we just, we. So I was like, it was dope. It was dope, and like I took 3 fights that year. I won 2, lost 1, and I took a little bit of time off after that, I think, and it was because I got a bad rap with cars. Like I don't know. Like I think I drive okay, but that might be because I've seen Coleman drive, and like he can't. So maybe like my bar is just too low. So January of 2017, I got into my first car accident, and like I took like 4 or 5 months off the gym. I couldn't make it. Like I had a shitty car that I shouldn't have even been driving to work because it was so far away.
Because you was on your way to class when that happened, right?
No. The first accident I got into, I was on my way home from work. And I used to work midnights. But yeah, no, I was going to the gym and then going straight to work and then coming home in the morning. So like I did some stupid stuff. Like I think I was like, I know I was up for way longer than I needed to be, and I ended up crashing the car like a block and a half away from the house because I fell asleep at the wheel. Terrible.
That's what usually happens.
I know, right? I'm like, bro, I was right there.
Right there.
Yeah, no, man. Like you couldn't stay awake like 2 more minutes, not even like a minute and a half. Damn. It's like getting a blood choke. You just went out. Like you didn't even know how. But nah, so yeah.
I swear I was up.
I ended up taking like 4 or 5 months off because like I could barely make it to work. And then I finally saved up enough money, got a new car, and started coming back to the gym. And I think around that time you had joined somewhere in my absence. Because I remember coming into the gym, I'm like, oh, new guy. And he cool. Like, more family. And we kind of clicked. Like, it was just like,
instant. Yeah.
So it was dope to add another brother to the family. Like, it was like,
for sure.
Yeah. So got back into training, was consistent with it for another like, probably say like 4 or 5 months. And then I feel like most men do in a new relationship. You kind of just disappear for a minute. And everything's new, and you kind of just like you get really involved in new relationships and new feelings and new things like that. Luckily, it worked out. 2 years later, I married the love of my life, my wife, that I met through the gym, met through H2O. We trained together, and that was amazing. But like, definitely took some time off the gym working on that relationship, which was weird because we met in the gym. And speaking of which, standing right there, the camera's on. See, got a butt. White women gotta interject themselves into everything. This is recorded. This is going out. So unless you, okay, I love you.
I want to kiss. You didn't have to do all that.
Nah, I definitely had to. You asked for it when you came down.
Tell Lamar I said hi.
But I knew that was gonna happen. I'm like, at some point she's gonna walk down here. She got to be the center of attention. She got to interject herself in everything.
Got to. It's Julie. It's Julie.
Exactly.
Love her though. Love her though.
Yes, but nah, man. So yeah, so 2017 goes by. Probably half the year I was training, and we get into 2018, and I think that was like a solid 6 months that I was in the gym. That I didn't stop going to the gym.
Yeah.
And then I feel like it was like every winter, it was like, fuck it, I'm gonna take some time off. It's cold out. I don't want to be going out nowhere. I'm just trying to stay bundled up. Like I ain't So yeah, so it was just like these intermittent breaks that like to where I was like the guys that I started training with, Brian and Drew, were like Brian was, by that time he was almost testing for his purple belt.
Mm-hmm.
Drew, it's been so long since I've seen Drew. Did Drew get his purple belt?
Yeah.
See?
No, he got. So it was. I gotta find a picture, but if I can find a picture, I'll post it. But it was me and Julia got our blue belts.
Yep.
Drew, Brian, and Diaz got their purple belts. No, not Diaz.
Cleo, because Julia literally I saw that picture somewhere. It was Cleo.
I forgot Cleo got his purple belt with us.
Yeah. So I think it was you, Cleo, Brian got purple belts. Julia got her blue belt, and I swear somebody else got their blue belt, but I could be wrong.
No, it was me and Julia got our blue belts.
You and Julia got your blue belts. Cleo and Brian and Drew got their
purple belts.
Yeah. So I started training the same time B and Drew did, and when they were getting their purple belts, I was like a 1 or 2 stripe blue belt.
Mm-hmm.
So if that says anything, ladies and gentlemen, it's consistency. Because I can still hang with them, but like consistency is what gets you there. Like you gotta, with anything in life. Like honestly, like you gotta be consistent with everything. Your diet, your relationships, your mental and physical health. Yeah. But yeah, so 2019 rolls around. I think I ended up fighting. I fought 3 times that year, but at that point we were cross training because Master Paul had left the gym because they was being nasty. They couldn't clean up after themselves. And I love them, but like you can't be dirty in the gym. You got to clean up. Like
can't be. I don't know what it is about fighters, man, but you guys are just so messy.
Hey. We are. Some of us like clean up after ourselves. Other ones I can't speak for. Coleman.
He's gonna be so mad at you, man.
That's every day, man. That's every day. Like it is what it is. We throw jabs at each other left and right, not just physically but verbally. So
right.
But yeah, so Master Paul had left sometime in 2019. So we started cross training at another gym just for striking purposes because it was closer to where we were living at that point. I ended up taking my last amateur fight, which I won a title in via Americana and then I took.
Yeah, I remember that fight.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. That was crazy. That feeling was amazing. And then I took my first pro fight that September, and sometime in between there, I had proposed to my wife, and shortly after that, we got married. Thankfully, because 2020 and COVID and all that, that would have been a wreck. I know so many people that like lost shit ton of money because they had deposits on stuff and everything shut down.
Nothing with it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think October we ended up leaving H2O, and it was crazy because I know, right? I'm getting into it. I was a 4-stripe blue belt. I knew testing was coming up around the corner, but I was like, I'm not a selfish person. I know, but I'm not a selfish person. I felt like I would look like such a dick if I got my purple belt and then dipped. But I had a conversation with our coach Zach, and like he after I come back a couple like 2 years ago. I had a conversation with him about it, and like I understood his point. He's like, "Man, you should have just stuck around, got your purple belt, and then left." Because like going to a new gym, they're not even going to really respect that you're a blue belt. You're going to have to do so much more work. Blah blah blah. It's like
you got to start over.
Exactly, but at the same time, I'm like, it didn't sit with me to be like, yeah, I'm gonna just stick it out just to get my purple belt, and then be like.
But it was no different. You was leaving regardless.
I know. It just, and for me, it just felt something about it felt wrong. So I didn't. And I'm still regretting that decision to this day because I'm still a blue belt. But shit. Hopefully for not much longer. Hopefully.
Yeah.
So yeah, we ended up leaving H2O, going to Allegiance. Full-time, both striking and jiu-jitsu, and like that was kind of the point between COVID and 2020 with the gyms being shut down, me being an essential worker, and like just life got so crazy. My wife, who was still my girlfriend at the time, my wife, who at that point was my wife. See, like a lot has happened. My wife at that point was working 14-hour days. I was working
crazy
10-12-hour days. The gym was right next door, but by the time you get done with a 12-hour day, come home, we got a dog that I gotta go run, walk, do whatever so he can get his energy out. I'm like, I don't want to go to the gym. Like I literally like I don't have the facilities to like sit in here and like actually train the way I want to train. Because, like, when I go to the gym, I don't want to be in there half-assing anything. Like, when I go in, I want to be able to learn as much as I can learn. I want to be able to roll as much as I can roll. I'm a competitive person. So, like, I want to have those I want to have those exciting moments every time I'm in the gym. And if I'm working as much as I was working and coming home and having to take care of a dog and make sure me and my wife were getting any type of quality time with our crazy schedules, it was like, yeah, the gym just isn't. I can't slot it in. So
yeah, I get it. Trust me, I get it.
Yeah. So that was basically March of 2020 when everything shut down till the next summer. Actually, well, like next spring, next summer, I ended up moving gyms again. One of my training partners at Allegiance was starting to train at a different gym. They had a wider variety of bodies, and it was also like they're a fighter's gym. They have a bunch of people that train and fight. H2O didn't really have it. Allegiance had a couple guys that did it, but this was like my first like actual MMA gym that I could go to. Still didn't train jits. One, because they only did no gi. And at the time I was like a gi purist. Like if I wasn't wearing a gi, I wasn't doing it. and also like I don't know, that place was kind of a cult. So I didn't stay there for very long. Wife ends up getting pregnant. I'm staying back just to make sure like she's taken care of, her mental's okay. It was a rough time, but like we got through that. And then after the baby was born, I kind of started to slowly make my way back towards H2O because I'm like, we're not too far from there. I'm not seeing myself go back to this other gym because there is just the energy, the vibe, the family aspect of it wasn't there. So I'm like, you know what, let me come back home. I know like I left for a reason, but you know, let me try and let me come back to my roots. And so 2022, I was training a bit there, not as consistently as I wanted to because I was still working a lot, but I was getting in when I could. I was coming in and training when I could.
Yeah.
And then 2023 was weird because like 2022, I had moved jobs. I was working crazy hours again. And so I was only coming in the gym like twice, I think maybe only twice a week. And not every week.
Right.
So I wasn't really seeing my game improve in the way that I wanted it to, but it was because I wasn't putting the time in on the mats. Like you gotta be there. You gotta be there.
A week off the mats feels like a year.
Buddy, let me tell you. Guess what 6 months? Guess what a year feels like off the mats? Bro, like my wife hates that I say this, but like, so I'm a 4-stripe blue belt, but I've been a blue belt so long that one of my stripes fell off my belt. Like that.
Damn.
I mean,
Your belt regrets.
I've been a blue belt for 7 years, but like I almost felt like it happened on purpose because, like, I feel like my knowledge slipped away a little bit. When you take that much time off the gym, you go back in and you start rolling again. It's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like,
It's weird, man.
Yeah, it's like this feels foreign to me. I thought this was gonna be like riding a bike. Apparently, no, it's not. Granted, you get back into it, but like, it's not like that. Like, I feel like I hadn't ridden a bike in 10 years. I hopped on it. I was fine the first day. I took 6 months off of jiu-jitsu. I hopped back in it, and I'm like, I feel like a white belt again. Like, I don't.
Man.
So, yeah. So, like, I never put that stripe back on. I'm still rocking 3 stripes on my blue belt, and, like, I'm getting more comfortable with it again. I've been consistently training for jiu-jitsu for about 2.5 months now again. But yeah, it's been a crazy journey, man. It's like, is this where I wanted to be when I started 7 years ago? No, but I wouldn't trade anything that had happened like during those breaks, except for a few things. But I didn't have control over it.
Right.
But yeah, no, like, if I'm a lifelong blue belt, I'm a lifelong blue belt. I hope not, but like, but I'm never gonna not come back to it because like I love it so much. Like I can't even when I was gone and I was taking that time off, like it was nagging me in the back of my brain, like just go to class, go get some work in.
Yeah, man, we missed you, man. It was like,
but y'all motherfuckers made it hard to come back because as soon as somebody came back, oh, who's this guy? Oh, what's your name, sir?
Oh, we had to, man. We had to. I would expect the same. I would expect the same thing if I left for so long and they came back. It's like, oh, who's this stranger?
No, that's fair. That's fair. And it's crazy, like, growing up, competing in athletics my whole life, starting MMA, being in jiu-jitsu on and off, but for as long as I've been in it, and to like just decide to sign up for a competition It I don't know. I was on my phone. This was what, 4 or 5 days ago. I was on my phone and like Grappling Industries just popped up on my Facebook, and it was like there was an event in July, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm signing up. Like I don't care what's going on. I've been back in the gym. I've been training jiu-jitsu again. Like I've been in this competitive mode. I'm like, let me sign up. Let me see if I'm ready for the next step. And this will test me because as you know, training in your gym with your guys is only going to get you so far. Like you have to either bring people in or go other places and get work in with different bodies, different styles of jiu-jitsu. And like, so I'm like, it's about time. 7 years as a blue belt. It's about time that I go actually compete in it. So I'm excited about that. So
I am too, man. I'm ecstatic.
Yeah, so I'll be doing gi and no gi. And then I'm gonna do absolute. And I get it, absolute, you can get anybody from I don't know if they let white belts do it, but like basically anybody from the top to the bottom. Like you get and I'm like, I'm really hoping to get some high level matches out of that. Like, because I'm a blue belt, but I'm not a blue belt.
You're not a blue belt. You're not a blue belt. You're not a blue belt. As much as we've rode and trained together, you're not a blue belt.
Yeah.
But for people who, I don't know if you don't know, you guys are really ever paid attention, but this is the guy that usually holds me up in my profile pictures. So the last few pictures has been, you see me hanging on or being hung by somebody. It's just gentleman here, man. But yeah, dude, I'm excited because I know like I said, you had your time off, and then just because life happens. But seeing that you're back training, and that fire is starting to like really pick up, and then when you messaged me about you competing, I was like, yes, so happy. Let's go back at it, man. Back at it. That's good though. That's real good though.
Yeah, for sure. Bro, it's been a whirlwind, man. Because this year's already been crazy. I had my fourth pro fight. Was it fourth pro fight like 2 months ago. I took on a challenge that I called out 4 years ago.
I was saying 4 years ago.
Yeah, I called out a guy 4 years ago who had way more fights than I did. He was like, at that time, he had 8 or 9 pro fights. I had only had 1. But I've always been hungry to compete against the cream of the crop. I understand now being in it and like having to have those fights to get you to that level, but like I've always felt that I've been blessed with like my athleticism, my strength, and like being able to pick up on things, and like so like I don't want to fight Joe Schmo just because we got a similar record. I want to go fight Mike Tyson. Not actually, I don't actually want to fight Mike Tyson. I don't care. I'm 80. I don't want to fight Mike Tyson.
Let's fight Tyson. Okay, how old are you?
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying. Like, oh, I want to test myself. I want to challenge myself against the best. So like at that time, he was like 8-1 or something like that, and I was like, man, like I get it. He's on the regional scene. He's not. I'm probably not even gonna ever fight this guy, but like he's who I want to fight. So this past April, I got the chance to do so, and things didn't go my way, but I learned a lot in that fight, and I didn't get tapped out, I didn't get knocked out, I didn't get TKO'd. I took him to the judges' scorecard. I lost via unanimous decision. Like he stuck to his game plan. He did everything he needed to do, and like he won a hard fought battle. But at the time, I was upset with like my performance and everything, and like I critiqued the hell out of myself, but at the end of the day, I couldn't be mad. I was my 4th pro fight. That was his 12th. I was technically 1-0. We might get into the the bullshit behind that in a minute. Yeah, 1-0 on my fourth MMA fight, but part of the reason that there was so many breaks between 2020 and 2024, like just mental like hurdles I had to get over some actual bullshit.
That was crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, so I knew something was off after the first round, but I couldn't tell what. I knew like my feet, my pinky toe and my fourth toe on my left foot were like something wasn't right. I get to the end of the fight. I go back, the docs check it. They're like, it doesn't really seem to be broke. Like you can move your toes. I'm like, yeah, it just hurts. It hurts like mother, and like I'm having a hard time walking. But I have a high pain tolerance. So when they're like asking me like on a scale of 1 to 10, like what's the pain on this? I'm like, it's a 6 or a 7. Like it hurts, but like I'm not dying. But like my 6 or 7 might be somebody else's on a scale of 1 to 10 or 12. So like
Right.
So the next day, we're headed home from Muskegon, and I go to urgent care to get it checked out. They take the X-rays of my foot. I got 2 broke toes. So after the first round, I fought 2 more rounds with 2 broke toes. So I'm off balance. I can't really get my feet going the way I want to. So I look back at that and I'm like, it's not an excuse for my performance, but like the fact that I did what I did, I stayed in there for 3 rounds with a veteran like that, and I couldn't move the way I wanted to move. I couldn't really execute a game plan the way I wanted to, just because like my balance and my movement wasn't there. I kind of gave myself like a break of like that judgment that I was holding on to like post fight and then to the next day. And like as soon as they told me it was broke, I'm like, all right, how long before I can get back? Because like I can't take time off again. Like I started fighting at 18 and I turned pro at 22, 23.
22, yeah.
22, 23. And I'm like, it's damn near 5 years later, and I'm only 4 fights in. Like I'm 28 now. Well, I will be 28. And I'm like, I can't keep taking time off. So like we set up an appointment to go see the podiatrist. They tell me, yeah, it'll be 6 to 8 weeks before it's fully healed. And I'm like, well, how long before I get back in the gym? And the lady just kind of looked at me like she knew I was going to get back in the gym when I wanted to get back in the gym, and I was just asking to be polite.
Yeah.
Like what is your medical recommend, like your medical expertise recommendation on timeout? I'm not gonna follow it, but I just want to know. I want to know what like.
Slow down.
So yeah.
I just want to know how long I can go easy until I crank this shit up.
Yeah, exactly. And she knew I was getting back in the gym. So she was like, yeah, it'll be 4 to 8 weeks before, like it'll be about 8 weeks before it's fully healed. We'll come back and check it in 4 weeks. Checked it in 4 weeks. It was about 50%. I go back in another 2 weeks to check it out again. But I took a week off the gym. I went back for a week, and then I went a little too hard that week. So I took another 2 weeks off, but like I was still staying as active as I could. And I was making sure I was like, as soon as I feel good enough to be back in there, I'm in there. Like there's no maybe I'm a baby it, blah blah blah. I'm like, no, as soon as I'm like, yeah, I could. If I could get if somebody put me in the toe hold and I can handle it, I'm in there. I'm in there. Like I'm in there like swimming, baby. But no, so I think it was literally, 4 weeks in, no, 3.5 weeks in, I was like, I don't need to walk on a boot no more. We back in the gym. Like I don't need to. Yep. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm back in. I'm making sure that I'm doing things so that I'm giving it enough time to like not fuck it up again. But I'm not staying out the gym. And it sucked too, because I was like, man, like if my toes weren't broken, I would have fought again this past Lights Out card in July or June. Sorry, it was on June 1st. I had like 4 teammates fight. We went 3-1, which was dope. But I'm like, I need to get back in, and I'm like, man, there's not another card until like maybe July or August. I'm like, man, I can't wait that long. Like I can't sit around and not do anything for the next 3 months. So I was like, I was just up scrolling and I saw that Grappling Industries was coming back, and they were coming back on July, what is it, 6th? I think.
Is it 6th or the 8th?
It's somewhere in there. It's between
Somewhere in there. Yeah, 6. Okay, it's a 6. It's
yeah,
the 8th. It's a
yeah.
Monday.
So we're about 4 weeks out, basically.
4 weeks out, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? I'm doing it. Fuck it, yeah. I'm gonna sign up for this. And like the only thing that I pray, and I know it might end up happening anyway, please not one opponent for both my gi and no gi blue belt. Matches, like not one, like at least two.
At least two.
At least two, but I get it. Like, I'm a big dude, and sometimes it's hard to find other big dudes. But I'm like, man, I'm only a blue belt. Like, it should be more. It should be more of this. It's like so. I've been pocket watching the app, and I'm currently it's only me and one other guy, a gentleman from Detroit Jiu-Jitsu. So I'm like, please, like somebody just slide in last minute or something.
Like just come on. Just give me one.
Because I'm going in there for the wins, but I swear to God, if something happens and I lose, that I'm not standing on the podium. I'm not doing it. Like the competitive in me is like, bro, I lost. I didn't win a match. I got a consolation prize because there wasn't enough people. Like, no. So I'm hoping I get a couple more people. But I'm excited because the absolute division is like, I think there's already six competitors so far. So like, okay. I'm like, yeah, I'll at least get matches there. So at least I got something to look forward to in terms of like actually getting matches in. Because like, I know you know that feeling. You pay to go to this tournament and to get like a good amount of rolls in. It's like I gotta roll with one guy twice, 3 times, maybe. Like
yeah.
I'm like, man, bro, we could have just set some up at the gym. Like, I'm telling you, I didn't have to spend my money for this. Like what?
Because I think the last Grappling Industries I did, I think I had 4 matches. I think. Yeah, between gi and no gi, it was like 4 matches, and I was there all day.
Yeah.
I had the no gi matches. No, was it? No, I had my no gi matches early, and then I think it wasn't until like almost like 4 or 5 o'clock I had my gi matches. But that's how I was spent, dude. I was like, I don't even want to fight no more. I want to go home.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, you paid your money. I wanted, at least get my money's worth. But shit, man, that's the only thing I hate about. I'm not gonna say hate, but I have like a dislike about tournaments is when you have everything compact in one day and it's just so spread apart.
Yeah,
so spread apart. It's just
I'm growing up wrestling. Like that's not what I'm worried about. Like the worst thing I've ever had wrestling was my junior year in high school. We had a 2-day tournament. I won all my matches the first day. They were kind of spread out a little bit. We got up early in the morning, took the bus there. It was like an hour and a half ride on the bus, got to the school, started wrestling probably 45 minutes later, had matches spread out through the whole day. So we were probably there from like 9 to 5, maybe 6. Went home, got back up, came back for the next day. I think at that point I was in the finals. I literally had one match that day. Got there at 9 o'clock in the morning. Did not wrestle till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I was there for a whole ass work shift. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
Not doing nothing. Oh man. Yeah. And you know how that be, man. You at work, like you want a little something. You don't want the day to be crazy, but if you ain't got nothing going on at work, you're like, I can be at home right now.
I can be at home now.
I'm getting paid right now, but I'm getting paid to do nothing. And like that sounds cool on paper, but like when it actually happens, it's like I could be doing so much other shit. Like I could actually be doing stuff. So yeah, I'm not.
Even though I'll go home and won't do anything, but
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
You stuck at work not doing nothing. Like you don't have it's not like oh, you got stuff to no, like literally this is done, that's done. The shit over here is broke, so we can't do that. Like so yeah, I'm not worried about like the day being long. I'm expecting the day to be long, but I'm hoping to get a couple more competitors for the gi no gi in my bracket. So we'll see if that happens, and if it doesn't, go out there and do what I do.
Yeah, man, go out there and have fun. I've been telling myself I need to compete. I suppose it did Grappling Industries back in January, but that was I had to stop. I couldn't do that one because that's when I had my surgery. But I had my surgery like 2 weeks, like a few weeks before that. So there was no way I was gonna be healed in time. I had my gallbladder and appendix.
Oh shit! Yeah, like you literally just like one day in the hospital, fucking shit. That was wild, bro. Because I'm like, did you leave the hospital and go back, or am I tripping?
Yeah. No. I went there and I was just like in so much pain, so much pain. And the doctor was like, was asking me like, what was I doing? I was like, man, I was chilling, smoking with my brothers. And next thing you know, I had this pain. And they was like, it's cannibal something. But it was just like, they thought it was my body rejecting the THC. So it's like, okay, just stop smoking for a minute and then you'll be fine. I was like, all right, whatever. But then I go home. They gave me some medicine. I went home. Then the next day, I was literally in the middle of my bed, like curled up into a ball. Yeah. And I couldn't move. Like the only time I was not in pain is when I was asleep. But I've been sleeping all day, so my body was like, no, we got to be up. And I'm like, no, I don't want to be up because I'm in pain. So I was like, I went back, and then it was like, all right, we're gonna run some more X-rays and stuff, see what happens. And then that's when they was like, yeah, it's your appendix. And then the surgeon came in and checked it out. And he's like, no, it could be your appendix and your gallbladder. So he said, we're going to check one, but if we have to remove both, we just want to give you the heads up. So I was like, 8. And I'm on that same thing. I was like, so how long am I going to be out? That was my next question. Like, so how long was I going to be out? How long can I not train? Yeah. So, before we had the surgery, I'm talking to the doctor and the surgery team, and it's like, yeah, so we're gonna end up having to take both out. So just let you know, recovery is it's gonna be a few weeks, so there's no bending, twisting, turning, lifting, stuff like that. So you're gonna have to take time off work. And I'm like, So they, what do you do for work? I was like, they're like, what do you do for work? I was like, I'm a martial arts instructor. So it's like, so they all looked at me and was like, yeah, you're definitely not doing that for at least 3 weeks. I was like, oh my goodness. And I was just like, damn it, dude. Like, I had plans on doing Grappling Industries. I had all this stuff going on. And then everything just came to like a screeching halt. And I was like, you know what? It was a sign, because I kept telling myself I need to take a break, because I was training every single day, every day. I was not missing classes for no reason. Yeah. And then this happened, so I was like, all right, it is my break. But I think after that first week, I was like, I'm going to go to the gym, but I'm not going to train. I just need to be in the atmosphere. I need to be there. And everybody looking at me like, hey, what are you doing here? What you doing? I'm like, I'm not getting dressed. I'm just here to view. My bag is at home. I can call my wife right now. She can send a picture. Like, I did not have my bag with me. I have nothing jiu-jitsu related. It's just me. I just need to be in the atmosphere. I need to feel the energy.
It sucked, didn't it?
Oh man, I was like, why am I here?
The week, literally in the week after, when I broke my toe and I didn't go to the gym the whole week, we came to open mat at Boombox.
Yeah.
And I'm over here sitting on the sidelines like everybody's rolling. And it wasn't like, okay, it was open mat and like 4 people showed up. No, everybody just showed up. And I'm like,
we had a squad that day.
I'm like, cool. So the day that I come and I can't do shit, everybody want to be here. Ain't that a bitch?
Because I didn't know you broke your toe until you came in and you limping. I'm like, oh, that means John ain't rolling.
Yeah.
I was like, damn it. Yeah, we had, I think that was probably one of our biggest open mats we had there.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, that sucks.
I'm over there. I'm over
so
there.
Sucks.
I'm like, at least my daughter was there. So like I could play with her and like she was running around and having a good time and I could just like enjoy her.
Yeah.
And, like, bro, I was just like, I can smell the mats. I can see the bodies rolling, and I want to, but I can't.
Like I'll just go light. I won't use my left foot.
Yeah, like I know we I know we don't rock for certain people, but I will never not quote certain shit because like R. Kelly said, my mind's telling me no, but my body was
telling me yes. Trust me, I know, man. It's something about not being on the mats. Like you said, you've been training for so long, and it's like you get into this rhythm, and it just comes to like a screeching halt for whatever reason, and it just sucks so much.
Yeah.
But I know he's gonna hate me for this story, but I have to tell it. So, like we were talking about with Adam, love the guy to death. You know, he's another guy that introduced me to jiu-jitsu. You know, I talk about this all the time. If I didn't meet him, I probably would never found jiu-jitsu. So he's another guy. He got his brown belt in 2016. I started in 2017, and I'm a black belt now, and he's still a brown belt. So we went to Cali in the beginning of May to see now Grandmaster Joe Moera get his ninth degree, and he was asking like, where's Adam? What Adam been doing? And I can't lie to him. It's like I would lie to my mama first. I was like, he been working. That's all I can say.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But
there's a lot of his own blood before he gonna lie to Grandmaster Joe.
Man, I'm telling you. Because look, dude, even the conversations I had with Zach, and I was like, yeah, man, Joe, Grandmaster Joe called me. Like I talked to him, a lot, and I'm like, yeah, he called me. He's like, whatever you do not lie to him, because if you find out, it's gonna be worse. I was like, yeah, I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
So. Fast forward, he did a seminar at one of our affiliate schools, and he called me and was like, hey, I'm in town. I'll be at Steve's and I'll be at James, James tomorrow. I need to see y'all. So we like, well, we didn't know about Steve's, but we're going to be at James's. And he's like, yeah, you make sure you bring Adam. So we like, all right. So fast forward the couple days, we get down there. I walk in, I talk to James, and I talking to Joe, and he's like, "Who's that behind you?" I was like, "Oh, some guy I found on the side of the road." And Joe handshake with the wrist lock, right? When I tell you he wrist locked Adam so hard, Adam was sweating because every time he would try to move, Joe would like adjust and make it tighter.
You telling me?
And he's just like,
you telling me the snake got bit?
He said what?
You telling me the snake got bit? If y'all know Adam, you would understand. You would understand why I said that. Because
hard. So that was one, and then another, and it was like we're sitting up there, and Joe's going over his his spiel about the rules and philosophies and everything else, and we're working technique. Me and Adam over here working technique, and he walks up to me. We was doing something from bottom half.
Okay.
So he's like, Lamar, you get it, you understand? I said, yeah, I got it. He looked at Adam and was like, yeah, you better know it because you did 50 hours with me, and walked off. So we see her looking like, bro, he did not. He did not. So then,
bro, and I'm like, I'm hearing it in the Joe voice too, which is crazy.
So then, boom, we repping techniques, and we just sit. I'm just sitting here like, dog, I can't believe he just said this. So then he go do another technique. We go back to repping. He's walking around. He adjusted something I was doing. He looked at Adam. He's like, Adam, I give you a brown belt. That I got my red belt. You still brown. And it's just like, come on, bro. He's already paying for it. And he's not making it any better. And then he chokes him. Rear neck choke, just out the blue, just bam.
Adam, bro. If you watch this, I love you, and I'm sorry you had to go through that, but damn,
dude, that's not it, dude. So after the seminar, we're all sitting around talking.
Y'all was over there. You want to see a dead body? Like, Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ.
it was. But this is where it gets worse. So he told Adam, he said, I'll be back at the end of the year. And that's all he said. He said, I'll be back at the end of the year. And he was like, all right. And then he looked at me, he looked at Brian, and he looked at James. He said, Adam, you got Lamar, you got Brian, and you got James. I'll be back in October at the end of the year. And he's like, yeah, I got you. And he looked at us. He said, if he don't get his black belt, I'm not blaming him. I'm coming back and kick all y'all asses. I'm like,
no.
I'm like, I got mine. I did what I was supposed to do. What am I doing this?
No.
So, man. And I'm like, dude, I was like, I can't get killed over you, bro. I love you to death, bro, but I'm not losing my life over you, time. So, but yeah, dude, like I said, I understand, being off the mats for a while, but like, dude, just hearing Joe tell him that, I'm like, and if he calls me and he told me straight up he looked me dead in my eyes. He's like, I got your number. I'll call you. Now I'm looking at Adam like, bro, you're not about to get me killed, bro. You're not about to get me killed, bro.
Question is, are you though? I mean, because it's June. It's June. So what?
No, he been on it.
Right, good,
so we've been going out to James's for the Saturday class and open mat. So he's getting back into it. He's getting back into it for sure.
Well, so y'all said James Gray, right?
Yeah.
Okay, which is weird because SFS, where I trained at, there's a separate whole dude also named James Gray. But funny enough, my wife's cousin used to train with the James Gray that y'all know. For a while. And like I don't know if she ever met him or knew of him, but like she reached out a little bit ago, like when we were first trying to find a place. It was just at the time the hours just didn't line up for us to be able to go. But you said y'all go Saturdays or Sundays or something for open mats?
So Saturdays is there is a Saturday class. I think it's like 11 to 2. Okay. 11 or something like that. And then he got open mats on Sundays from 2 to 3:30.
Okay.
So you should definitely come if y'all free.
Yeah, no, we definitely have to slide out.
Yeah, James is a good guy, man. I'm happy I bumped into him. I don't even know how we met. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I know it was obviously from a Facebook group, but I don't remember exactly how. But we end up chatting because he's new to the Joe Moira system. I think he got his black belt from Joe, but he's been training under Joe for like a year.
Okay.
So, like I said, real good guy. Very knowledgeable. He definitely knows his shit. So, yeah, definitely come out.
Yeah.
Well, all right, shiny boy.
Like I said, I got the tournament coming up, and we definitely got to get some work in.
For sure. We gotta definitely. If we just have to pull mats and fight in the streets, we don't make it work.
Bro, I got mats at the house. I'm sure you got mats at the house.
Bro, just We can end the episode now. I could be on the way. No, no, we definitely gonna make time to work. Cause I definitely do need it because I do want to compete more. You try to get back into it. So iron sharpens iron. So we gonna make it. We gonna make it happen.
For sure.
So man, we ask everybody that come on the show, past or present, man, your top 3 people you would love to get a chance to roll with.
Yeah, that's the part where like they about to be like, he a white belt. Because like just like MMA, I don't watch a lot of stuff, but if I had to go with Andre Galval for one.
Hell yeah.
If y'all know, no ulterior motives to this. Megaton Diaz, no ulterior motives there anywhere. Nothing. And then, oh man, always crazy like that. Like for being an MMA fighter and somebody that like put jiu-jitsu on the map, like that has to be, he has to be on there.
Yeah, for sure. Gotta be. Gotta be.
Everybody that's come on the show and said that they wanted to roll with oh my god, who's the no-gi guy right now? Why am I drawing? Yeah, like why? Acai bowls and steroids, like why? Granted, I just said Andre Galval, but like why? Like I don't want to get beat up. Like I know what's gonna happen.
It's an
like
experience, man.
I get it. I'd rather roll with Joe. Joe's still gonna whip my ass, but like I'd rather roll with Joe than Ryan. Like I don't know. It's something about that. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, I get it.
Joe's my honorable mention, and everybody that wants to roll with Gordon Ryan, like go have fun. Maybe when I get to a different level, but right now, no, thank you.
He said hard pass.
But yeah, no, those would be my top 3. And like I said, Joe would definitely be an honorable mention. I've
of course
done a couple of seminars, but I never like rolled with Joe, and I would love to feel that pain, I guess. Like
I mean, I felt it enough being an Uki for Joe, but to actually to actually roll with him would be an honor. I think I'm gonna ask him next time. I know, like he said, he's gonna be here at the end of the year. I'm like, can I get a roll? Let's just, let's see what happens.
For sure, that'll be dope. I would definitely have to be there for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be brazy enough to be like, Joe, it would be my honor to get a roll with you.
For sure.
And just die, but yeah.
For sure.
But yeah, man, unless you got any other questions for me, man, fire away. If not, let the people know what you got going on, man. The floor is all yours.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it's my brother right here, Lamar. We I've known you for what, 7, 8 years now.
Yeah.
I'm so blessed to have somebody like you in my life, even if it is at a distance because of shit going on. But I love that, like, check in back and forth. I might take a little extra longer, like you be texting me and I text you back a day later, like my bad. But no, bro. I really appreciate you. I've really enjoyed seeing you grow, and also like this, like I haven't been up to date on the podcast just because I've been busy, but like when it first was coming out, like I think the first like season and then like a little bit into your second season, like I religiously listened to it on my rides to work. Like that was just my thing, because like it's been crazy to watch, and like I'm happy for you, and I hope this gets bigger than you could ever imagine. And then like for me, and I'm just I'm out here training. I'm out here. I'm hopefully. So I got the Jiu-Jitsu tournament coming up for Grappling Industries in July, and then hopefully I'll be back in the cage September. That'll be for Lights Out Championship in Warren, Michigan, at the Hype Athletic Center. And yeah, man. And then, like I said, we got to get some work in. That's it. Hopefully,
Yeah, definitely, man.
hopefully, if I get back on the podcast, I won't still be a blue belt, but we'll see what happens. If I am,
What's up?
oh man.
But yeah, man. I appreciate you too, brother. I know we, like you said, we since day one, man, we clicked and we've been tight ever since, and it's always fun to get a chance to roll with you. Even if we get time to just kick it, it's always a good time, man. And I'm excited and happy to see you back. Even though you're not training with us, but you're training, and you already know you got my support. 110%.
Like a 40. Actually, sorry, with the construction right now, that's like an hour drive, bro. I did that.
I did that. I'm not blaming you. I'm not faulting you, bro.
And like we said, I don't drive right now. If I drove, it'd be a whole different story. But
no, I get it, man. But yeah, like I said, I should be on the going to war with you on July. I'm still trying to figure some stuff out to make sure that I'm going to be mentally, physically, and ready to do that. I'm just going to I just need to do it. But yeah, man, I do wish you the best, and when you do come back, hopefully we'll be introducing you as a purple belt. But but until then, man,
if you ain't, I'm wrong. Something's wrong. I can't go another year with the blue around my waist, man. I can't.
I know, but no, you gonna get it, man. And when it happens, so I would love to be there to see it happen.
For sure.
Oh man, that's the end of today's episode. I would love to thank Jonathan one more time for coming on the show and bless us with the Jiu-Jitsu knowledge. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please go and follow our Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube page. Stay up to all future episodes. This has been Talk Your Jits podcast. Keep rolling, keep grinding, and remember, long live Jiu-Jitsu. Have a great day.